what needs improvement, and what did you notice that especially needs improvement on the staccato? Let's look at the staccato first.
I think the left hand doesn't sound legato.
Right, you have some legato and some staccato, right? You have different like combinations of notes. Sometimes in one hand it's, you know, it's bouncing, in another hand it's connecting notes. So yeah, if you want to, yeah, but that all comes from, it's all a relationship of how you planned your blocks when you did legato. So that has to be absolutely firmed up, this business, yes? You know, this is just the what? This is a float over. You don't have to connect it when you're doing the blocks coming down. But you have to be doing minimum motion of elbows or twisting, you know. It has to be little bits of what? Forearm taking you that way, and this lateral like this. So let's do the blocking in the right hand. You watch that twisting your elbow. How deep are you on these black notes here? You know, you don't want to get deep into the black notes. You want to be more on the end. Remember we talked about the end? Because it makes the thumb easier to get through if you're more on the end of the black notes.
Because it's quite too far away, right? From
if you start getting too deep, that's really hard to get under the tunnel, the 2/4 tunnel. That's a perfect fourth. Stay more. That's better.
Yeah, that's easier.
Of course it is. Yeah. Now just glide over. Go to the ends of the notes. Right. You want to economize your motions. Now play that legato in this tempo. 1, do, we, 2, do, we, 3. Well, because you have to, yes, you have to fill in the gap, but that's a forearm, use of the forearm, turning opposite direction, counterclockwise, forearm, a doorknob. So when you do the doorknob, you don't have to bring your elbow in, do you? You have to think of floating. You could actually do it. Look. You drag a little over, drag, 1, 4, 2, 1, drag. Now, I didn't really lift my elbow to do that.
So you actually elbow stays pretty much.
Elbow stays, yeah, you know, it's not going up, it's not twisting, you're keeping a level hand. Because if you go back and forth, yeah, when I go really fast, there is no gap because, you know, I'm dragging ever so slightly over my thumb. The 4 comes over my thumb. That's tricky, isn't it? Because you could get a hiccup. But you don't let that happen. If you're listening carefully, it won't be a hiccup.
So I try it.
Try it. Yeah. That looked good. Yeah, I think that looks quite good. There's no twisting there at all. It's more rotating a little bit, right? Rotating the forearm. This is all that's happening. This is it. Okay, now go up and down at a fairly decent speed, like doodly, yoodly, 4 octaves. Right hand only. Stay at the ends of those black notes. Forearm. Make sure you know how you feel with the thumb on the E sharps. You need to know, where's my thumb? Actually, it's toward the end, isn't it? Toward the end of the white note. And you know, when you play the thumb, you play more like this. You don't do that, right? Because if you do this, look what happens here. Your whole hand's pulled down. The thumb is more like this, isn't it? It's more like that when you play it. It's going a little bit up with your, you know, a little bit up. It's not falling sideways down, because that'll pull you down. Yeah. There you go. Beautiful. Remember what that thumb feels like. Right, that's so beautiful because your thumb didn't pull your hand down this time. It just got through the tunnel like you rehearsed it with the blocks. Yeah. Now you want to remember muscle memory. What did that feel like and how did you get there? Okay? Now show me the left hand doing the blocks first. Be careful with that thumb. And also remember we talked about being more on the ends of the black notes. Don't Don't try to connect it when you do that. Now, when you do it, remember when we did this? I said just float over the 4/2. Float. 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 Take your time. You know what? Here's the thing. I really don't want you to do the connecting when you do the blocks because that's going to cause you to twist a little. I just want you to float, and you can make a gap because we'll fill it in when you see. Look, see, you heard the gap purposely because remember you did it when you did this. I said, please don't try to twist and make the legato when you do the blocks. It makes your hand too, strained to do that. You just want to rehearse the what, the floating, flowing curve over what this way. Don't try to connect it. Coming down, it's easier. It's lateral. There you go. The ends of the notes. Now, let go of 2. You know about that. Right. When you do the lateral, you let go of the upper finger so you don't strain those joints. This is only in the blocking, right? Yeah. Because if you start holding these notes down, you're rehearsing in strain and stress. Okay. Now, block them together. Block them together now. One hand is floating, the other's doing lateral. Stay at the ends of those black notes. That's right. Watch the left hand. Right. So basically, when one hand is doing the lateral motion, the other hand's looping over the floating motion. You got to know that 2 different things physically are happening between your hands up and down. Because that's important, because you don't want to start straining through the blocks. Okay, now play right up and down together legato at this speed. Doodly, doodly. Get too deep into those blocks. No twisting. Floating. Both hands at this point are floating anyway. Don't play loud. Just float when you need to. Float. Try to play softly. Don't even try to play loud. It's your left hand not making it to the E sharp. I think it's because when I'm seeing it, I'm seeing your left hand start to do a little up like that instead of staying like that. That's what I see in your left hand. I shouldn't even see your wrist popping up at all, should I?
Yeah.
Lateral motion. Direct. Yes. Now, but what I was seeing before is this hand started to be nicely floaty, but this hand I started to see a wrist going up like that. And I said, why is that straight and that wrist going up in the left hand? The rest doesn't go up.
Okay, so
straight line. Think of straight lining it side to side. Yeah. That's exactly. Now you're finding your E sharp, where before you couldn't find it, right? You were over jumping your E sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
you got to be very nitpicky about the feeling and the memory of how you got what you did. And then if you don't, you go back to blocking and watch your motions of your arms to make sure there isn't wrist going up and twisting and different things creeping into it. Plus, stay at the ends of these black notes. You want to take special care that everything's framing rhythm. Whatever you play has a rhythm to it. So it holds everything together. Because when you have to do it, play it out, you want a framing beat, right? You want a singing beat, a singing pulse. You want to think 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? You want to get this all framed nicely. So the end result is like built upon the foundation of your practicing.